Millionaires. How would you like to be a millionaire? Okay, I'm going to show you the path to being a millionaire, and it's all about attitude. Here's the deal. You want to be a millionaire? Treat everybody you meet like a millionaire. Treat them like they have money, they'll spend money they don't have. Okay, you hear that? Treat people like they have money, and I promise you, people will spend money they don't have if they're treated right. The people that are financeable are not financeable. Either way, I can get financing, I can't. Treat them like millionaires. People with money or without, treat them like millionaires. They can buy or they won't buy, treat them like millionaires. The decision maker or not the decision maker, treat them like millionaires. 15 years old or 50 years old, treat them like millionaires. Treat people the way you want them to act, okay? Because people are acting the way you treat them. So you have a customer, he's broke, out of work, okay, cannot get financing. How should you treat him? Treat him like a millionaire. One day he's going to get back on his feet. He just filed bankruptcy, okay? He's going to get back on his feet. Treat people the way you'd want to be treated. Treat people like they can play, they will play. Treat them like they have money, and again, they'll spend money they don't have. And if they don't have it now, later when they do get it, they'll spend it with you. You know, a customer, when I just got out of college, I was selling automobiles. And this customer walks into this automobile dealership that I was working in to buy a truck. And he walks in, he says, look, I want to tell you up front, like many car buyers, you know, I know your invoice on this vehicle, and I want to know how much you're going to make, you know, over the invoice. And basically he was suggesting that he didn't want us to make a lot of money. I mean, at least it sounded like that to me. And he thought it was fair that he only pays somewhere around that invoice amount for that truck. Well, while none of this makes any sense to me, it might make sense to you, but it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, come on. If I sell everything for the cost we paid for it, how are we going to service people later? But it made sense to him, so I got to agree with him, all right? So while this might not make sense to you or to management or the owner, because again, you can't stay in business and service people, it made sense to him. Because I know that attitude is more important than product or the price, and because I trust people, human beings, I believe in them, when they're treated correctly, they will act a certain way. I believe because of a positive can-do attitude, I will be able to change his mind later in the close. But right now, I just want to use a great attitude with him. He says, hey, Grant, man, look, I want to stay around invoicing this truck, you know, because I can buy this truck cheaper down the street and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hey, man, no problem. Whatever you want, it's yours, my friend. Look, I just appreciate having the opportunity to do business with you, you know. It's just a feather in my cap to even be able to work with you today. Let's me and you work it out. Tell me what you want. Tell me why you want it. Let me be sure I have it, okay? This guy was shocked. He's like, what? I said, you want to pay invoice for the truck? Doesn't make any sense to me. I don't tell him that. It's crazy. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. I looked at him and said, no problem. You want to pay invoice for the truck? Done. Everybody try this. Done. No problem. You want that? I'll handle it, okay? I just appreciate the opportunity to work with you, okay? I got this big smile on my face, and the guy's looking at me like, dude, that's good, man. You're a positive guy. What you taking? What you smoking? What you eating? How do you act like this? Why are you like this? People should be asking you that. I spent the next hour, found the truck he wanted, demonstrated the truck, drove the truck. You think I could get a demonstration presentation? You think he'll listen to me when I'm telling him no problem and he's laughing with me? You think he's going to, you know, treat me like a credible professional? Sure he is. I have complete control of him. I sit him down in the close. I treat him like he's got $1 million, and I treat him like he's spending $1 million. I put aside the fact that he wants to pay invoice, and that might mean we don't make any money, and I pushed everything in the direction of a great attitude. I put all my chips on great attitude. At the close, I showed him documentation, showing him, remember the third-party documentation, where you can show third-party documentation, that showed him the invoice price of the truck. I then showed him state taxes, almost $4,000 in state taxes, okay, and then added an additional $2,000 for me to take care of him for the next 4 years. He looked at me and said, man, what do you mean? I said, well, the truck's this is much money. I think it was $38,000. The taxes are $4,000, okay, $4,000. That's to the state. They're not in the car business, and the $2,000's for me. Well, Grant, you know, I thought you were going to sell me this truck for invoice. Sir, I am selling you the truck for invoice. The truck's $38,000. Okay, the taxes are $4,000. I'm $2,000. We're not making any money on the truck. Okay, You're paying me half of what you're going to pay the state, and the state's not even in the car business. Now, would this work on furniture? Would this work on electronics? Would this work on everything and anything that's ever sold? Sure it would. This guy looks at me and says, you know I could buy this cheaper down the street, but I like your attitude. You're worth it. Let's do it. See, he paid for me. He didn't pay for the truck. You get it? He paid for me. He paid for my attitude. He paid for my positive. He paid for that no problem, can do, will do, you got it, done kind of attitude. Treat people like millionaires and they'll act like millionaires. Treat them good, they'll act good. Look, if you treat people bad, they're going to act bad. If you're going to treat your kid like an idiot, he'll probably turn into an idiot. If you treat your spouse every time he or she makes dinner for you, and you burnt the food again, you burnt the food again. Look, they're going to keep burning food and they're never going to want to cook for you. Treat people like you want them to act. Treat people like millionaires and you'll have a shot at being a millionaire.